the Partial Breakaway Podcast with your hosts Nick and Junior and producer Vince, bringing you elite fantasy hockey information to help you win your fantasy leagues and win at life.
Episode 169 of the Partial Breakaway Fantasy Hockey Podcast. I'm co-host Junior, accompanied as usual by co-host Nick and producer Vince. Oh, we hear an echo. Yeah, give me a second here. I gotta mute this. How are we doing, guys? Are we over the embarrassing series that was Montreal, Carolina?
No. I'm not over it yet. I'm still in not feeling great about it.
No, I'm over it.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at...
It just sucks that it was in that fashion,
Yeah.
you know?
Tomorrow is going to be the day where we're going to find out actually what injuries were actually happening.
And that would make you feel better?
No. Listen, you look at everything.
Could make me feel worse.
Yeah, I sent you guys the kilometers that every team did. Montreal did almost twice the travel kilometers than Carolina did because their series were 7 games, and the first series was the longest trip for them because they were going down to Florida.
Yeah, and 5, 6, 7 is home away, right?
So,
Well, I think it goes to show the importance of closing out a team when you have a chance.
yeah, which Carolina did very well.
And Montreal still has to learn.
Yeah.
Right? The youngest team in the league. I mean, there's a lot of learning experiences. And, when you don't close them out when you have a chance and they bring it back to 7 each time, it gets tiring. I don't know if like Suzuki said and Hudson said, no, it wasn't because of tired legs.
Wow, they looked awful.
Carolina's forecheck is elite.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
They're relentless, man. We just looked at each other and we're like, they don't stop. Like, they just don't stop. And it's so hard to get past that. And maybe they didn't stop because they had 11 days rest, right? They could have kept going for that long.
But they also roll 4 lines. It's not like their first line plays 30 minutes, 25 minutes. They roll 4 lines constantly. So it's constantly fresh legs that are on the ice.
In order to beat that system, I think that you need to have legs as well.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to play a short passing game to bring all 5 guys back to help.
Yeah.
Play closer together.
That's right. And all 5 guys come out. To do that, you need energy. That's a lot of energy you're wasting coming all back, coming all out of the zone together. And stretch passes worked in the first game. In the second game, you saw how Carolina closed that off right away, right?
But I mean,
so and they're a veteran team in the sense of, they're not exactly an old team, but they're a team that has been here many times before.
How long have they been together? It shows. So
we'll talk about Montreal anyways in the post-mortem that we're going to do.
Yeah, so but the one thing though is people, they say, they're a young team, the future is bright. Nothing's guaranteed, man. So when you have an opportunity to do something, you have to go all out and try to maximize. And
Guys, ask Toronto, ask other teams, right? Just because you have that superstar, you have that team that was built and is contending every single year, doesn't mean that you're going to win one.
Nick,
it doesn't mean you're going to win one.
The last time Carolina Hurricanes were in Stanley Cup Finals were 20 years ago.
Oh my God, Carolina's the perfect example.
There's 20 years ago.
How many times? 3 years in a row they got
exactly. So it's when you're there, it doesn't guarantee you coming back. And
guys, before we continue, because now we're getting into deep into conversations. We're 4 minutes in. We haven't even mentioned where you could follow us. This is co-host Junior. I am co-host Nick. This is producer Vince. And if those of you that are not watching on YouTube, please give us a follow. Go on there, give us a follow, make us feel better about ourselves. We're an amateur podcast group, but we pretend to be professional.
And if you're not a YouTube person, you can always follow us on Instagram, X, TikTok at Partial Break Pod. A lot of engagement, guys. And I know we talk about the Leafs a lot, but those are the clips that generate the most interest. Like, a lot of people got back to us in the clip about Morgan Riley. When you compared him a little bit, he kind of reminded you of a Matheson. And, you have the guys that are saying he's wasted, he's washed, he's done, he's worth nothing. And then you have the guys that are saying Matheson is nothing. And then you have people defending Riley, saying you put
You
him
mean on
a-
the internet there's a lot of negativity?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't believe
I've never seen that in my life.
No.
Well, you know where there won't be any negativity? In our man rush.
You sure
Shall we
about
start? I tried.
It was cute.
That was cute. That was cute. There is going to be negativity.
Man Rush.
All right. This is the On Man Rush, where we take news, notes, and trends of the NHL and turn them into 30-second takes, which usually last 3 minutes. This segment is brought to you by Sportira. Visit their website at www.sportira.com for all your apparel and team uniform needs. You can also follow them on Instagram at sportira.apparel. All right, boys. We have a Stanley Cup final. Carolina Hurricanes versus the Vegas Golden Knights. Have the Hurricanes done enough to convince you that they're a legit shot here to win the cup versus the Vegas Golden Knights? Nick?
I definitely think so. I mean, they're a relentless forechecking team, like you mentioned. Also, Frederick Anderson, he looked shaky in the first game. He looked shaky in the second game, maybe even in the third game. But after that, game 4 and 5, I feel like he played lights out. So I feel like he just took a while to get his mojo back, but he's doing pretty well. Carter Hart on the other side. Like, who would you give? If we preview this, who would you give the goaltending battle to?
Well, it's a toss-up.
All right.
For me, it's a toss-up. I mean, Carter Hart had a very good series against Colorado, but the series before, he was a bit shaky. Anderson kind of never got tested in the first 2 series. When Montreal, he got tested the first game, and after that, he didn't face more than 15 shots a game. So that's where the toss-up is going to be in this series, in my opinion, because forward-wise, as much as Carolina has a better 4-line system than Vegas has the higher elite players on their team, with the Eichels, with the Marners, Dorofeyev. So, and defensively, I think in defense they're going pound for pound. I mean, McNabb, Theodore, Hanifin, Anderson, Coughlin, like, it's going pound for pound. They're the same Slavin, Keandre Miller, Gottsberg. So I think goalie is going to determine who wins this game, and we'll see.
I'm curious to see how Carolina handles a heavier team that is even more skilled. So they faced a heavy team like Philadelphia, Senators to a certain extent. Montreal wasn't that heavy, but Vegas can lean on you. And now, what does that do to Carolina? Does that make them lose energy? Like, who's going to instill their will first? Is it going to be Carolina or is it going to be Vegas? And that's going to dictate how the game goes. In terms of goalies, though, I think right now, because of consistency in the playoffs, I mean, they're both consistent. Just, I don't know, Anderson, I feel like he's shown more than Hart that he can have, like, lapses and allow bad goals. So I would give the edge very slightly to Carter Hart and Vegas Golden Knights. Defense?
Well, I mean, they're both extremely good defensive teams, and Vegas often, doesn't get that defensive flowers thrown at them. But they are they're the best defensive team in the playoffs.
So then they get the edge.
So I think I'm going to give them the edge, but it's not as big of an edge as it would have been, let's say, against Montreal.
It'll be an interesting series. Hopefully, it'll be a competitive series, because
That wasn't the question.
I know, but hopefully.
You weren't paying attention there, my friend.
It's because he kind of
about
answered
defense.
it. He kind of answered it before.
I answered defense. I think defense it's a wash.
So why are you throwing it back at him?
Well, because
Exactly.
he didn't answer your question initially, but
Like
anyway, I think a lot of people think it's going to be a boring series. I'm of the opinion that I think it's going to be exciting.
I think for people that like strategy, like hockey strategies, not just goals, but like seeing whose strategy is going to come out on top. I think this is going to be like a very interesting series.
Prediction? Maybe not the amount of games if you just want to pick a winner.
I'll go Vegas.
Vince?
I'll go Vegas because they were 8 shots on goal per game in the NHL this season. They were PK 7, power play 6th. And
They were 8th in shots on goal. Okay.
You know, so and Torch just has them rolling now. But yeah, I'll go with Vegas just because I think the Eichel Marner is going to be could be a difference in this game compared to the Ahos, Svechnikov, and whoever else Carolina has.
I think I'm going to go with Vegas too, make it unanimous.
Wow. We should post that on social media and get burned.
Yeah.
I think the analytics say that Carolina is the favorite.
Well, yeah, Carolina is built on analytics. All their players that they have is built on that.
I just want to give credit to the Golden Knights, though. 3 finals in 9 years.
Yeah, because
if they win another cup,
they're the most hated team in the league. You know that, eh?
Yeah.
And I think Carolina doesn't go far back. Cause chaos.
All right, from the NHL to the international games, we had a final. Finland beats Switzerland for gold at the IIHF World Championships. Canada loses to Norway, so goes away without a medal. Any takeaways from this tournament, Vince?
No.
Helenius looked good.
For Finland, yeah.
He looked good.
Well, he looked good with Buffalo, and he
I,
kept on rolling.
I think my takeaway, and I was paying close attention because I acquired him from you, but Barkov, after missing a full season, torn ACL, partially torn MCL, he looked like Barkov, which is encouraging for next year.
Yeah. It's a good tournament to trying to get your feet wet again. Like even Matthew Tkachuk, right? He went.
Yeah.
He played. It's a good tournament to for people that missed a lot of
You heard
time.
what he said.
No.
Matthew Tkachuk said he'll never play in a World Championship again.
Oh yeah. He doesn't like the rules, eh?
Yeah, because
He's a meathead, anyways. It makes sense.
That, by the way, Bouchard absolutely obliterated by Ryan Lindgren of the U.S.
That was dirty.
Knocked out, didn't come back, didn't play another game after that. Something to keep tabs on. Probably a concussion, I guess, but
Hopefully he's good for next year.
Yeah.
And the kids look good for Sweden. By the way, I just want to say, because I forget who it was on Twitter, they specified. So you know how last week we were talking about, everyone's talking about Stenberg. Does it hurt McKenna that he did not go to the World Championships? And it was really difficult for a guy like McKenna, who was playing in college, to get insurance, good enough insurance to cover him to play there. So like Stenberg was playing already pro, so he was already insured. Something along those lines. So it was more than just him not wanting to go for whatever reason.
So I saw this question come up a lot in different podcasts because I love listening to different podcasts. And they were saying, although Stenberg can't really surpass McKenna, do you think that he has increased his stock with this championship? Because he looked extremely good.
I think he's undoubtedly the second best player on this.
But did he increase his stock?
But his stock was already high. We're talking about fantasy wise, where everybody's taking McKenna over Stenberg, but hockey NHL wise, the distance between McKenna and Stenberg is not very much.
So does Toronto?
No, Toronto goes with McKenna because he's a Canadian boy, and that's what they go for. Stenberg won't sell as much jerseys as McKenna will.
Well, they have a history of very good Swedish players as well.
Yeah, and for them, McKenna's vision is more advantageous to Matthews. Than
What's McKenna's vision?
Vision, like his play on the ice, his vision on the ice to be a playmaker more than Stenberg is more advantageous for Austin Matthews.
Okay, so you think it's a better fit, basically?
I don't know. I mean, Stenberg being who's the last player that we saw that was that young, but that was already a really good 200-foot player.
So he's getting a lot of comparisons to being a better Lucas Raymond.
Yeah, but remember,
So Raymond also had a very good IIHF tournaments.
what was everything said about Celebrini when he was coming in? That he wasn't elite, but his 200-foot game was
Was the best of that draft.
yeah. So Stenberg's 200-foot game, no one's doubting his 200-foot game.
It's the best in the draft.
Yeah, so
for forwards.
Yeah, so I mean, what if he just something clicks in the NHL for him and he could bring it up that next level?
Yeah,
You
you never know.
I don't think I don't think the distance between those two guys is very much. I still think Toronto's going to push towards McKenna.
I heard a lot of. I think it was TSN Overdrive, and they were talking. I think it was Scott Wheeler, but I can't, don't quote me on that. And they were basically saying that, Toronto has to get ready to have a McKenna who, in the first few years, is going to have long lapses of no points, and looking lost on the ice and defensively unaware until he learns that. Whereas if they draft Stenberg first, you're looking at being ready faster, being top six ready on the ice, no lapses, more compete, more go. But maybe not the upside of a McKenna, right? Exactly. So it's interesting. I don't know. It's hard to say really which one is going to go first. I mean, McKenna is most likely going to go first, but career-wise, is this another Laney Matthews discussion? Because that was a horrible discussion back in the day.
Well, the first year was an interesting discussion.
The first year was interesting.
It was after that, it was just downfall.
I think in the end, McKenna's upside, his ceiling offensively is too high, and his floor is too high not to go with him and go with the all-around player of Stenberg. But I mean, Stenberg, I think, is going to be one of the best 1-2 punches maybe in a while.
Like, if you're San Jose, how are you not taking Stenberg second overall?
And trading one of the other guys.
One of the other players to get your defenseman. Like,
it could be they are. Like, no, it's just hearsay, right? Everyone just assumes. But
if we do our mock draft,
it's very possible that this tournament helps solidify San Jose's decision, right? Because a lot of mock drafts are saying that he's going to fall to fourth to Chicago.
Yeah.
Because Vancouver seems obsessed with Malhotra. And again, we said that could be a smokescreen. We don't know. But how does Vancouver not take Stenberg, right? Like, if he falls third, how does San Jose not take Stenberg?
It's something like, how does Demidov fall to 5 to Montreal in that draft?
Yeah, but Demidov hasn't done anything yet.
Well,
I mean,
rookie season he got
40 plus points. 60 points.
63 points.
He hasn't done anything yet to show that he's going to be a 100-point player.
No,
that's true.
That's true.
Right? He's shown,
but he's shown more than Levshunov basically so far. Even though it takes defensemen longer.
Different. Nobody drafts. So it's hard to say, right? Like, nobody's going to sit there and say, would Chicago have been better off with Demidov? Sure, but maybe they wouldn't have had a top pairing defenseman then, so your team sucks anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not only about point scoring when you're building a team.
I'm saying Chicago isn't...
For fantasy, it is.
Chicago
Definitely.
Chicago was in that position where they could have drafted Demidov and then went to go out and get a defenseman with the other young players that they had, the extra... Because San Jose and Chicago have way, too many young prospects that they don't have enough space on the lineup to fill. So it's like, wouldn't you have been better off taking a Demidov and then going to get because you already had the Rinzel, the Korzinskis in your system. Yes, they're not panning out to right now what you want.
Oh, some people say Levshunov is not panning out.
No, exactly. Also, that's why I'm curious to see if San Jose is going to go that way and learn from Chicago and say, well, you know what, let's go with the best.
I think it's way too early to be talking like that about Levshunov.
No, I think Levshunov is going to be a number one pairing defenseman.
I think so too.
But in the head of San Jose, is it, let's just go get Stenberg and then, deal with our defensive problems through trade?
Okay, so
I think when you're that high, you have to do best player availability.
Always.
You can't, I mean, if there's two people that are equal in value in your eyes, that's different.
Yeah.
right? Do some teams think that Chase Reed and Stenberg are the same value? Personally,
Maybe.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either, but
People
we'll
don't even think Chase Reed is the best offensive defenseman in this draft or the best defenseman in this draft.
Yeah.
There's people saying it's Carell. There's people saying it's Verhoff. You don't know. Some people even say it's Rudolph. So it's, look,
I've seen Villeneuve compared to Lane Hudson.
but Villeneuve's stock has
Risen. Dropped.
I was listening to the.
It's because he plays in the
Robertson.
queue. Naturally, by playing in the queue,
He wasn't even in the playoffs in the queue in the final round in the queue that they lost. He lost his power play one position.
Wow. That's not good.
okay, so from potential draft picks to players that were drafted in the past, Dobber Prospects has come out with their top 200 list of fantasy prospects forwards. Okay, so I'm just going to give you the top 10, and I want you guys to tell me who stands out the most, and we'll start with Nick. Porter Martone is at 1. Michael Misa, who was at 1 for March and April, goes down to 2. Ryan Leonard at 3. Frondel at 4. Egilna 5. Katin 6. Matt Savoie 7. Roman Kanserov at 8. James Higgins at 9. And Konsta Helenius at 10.
Who's one?
1 is Porter Martone. There's if you guys want in the Trello sheet, I put the link if you guys want to see the. So it's Martone at 1, Misa 2, Ryan Leonard 3, Anton Frondel 4, Tijagilna 5, Berkeley Katten 6, Savoie 7, 8, Roman Kanserov, James Higgins at 9, Konsta Helenius at 10. The biggest riser looks like it was. Egilna was 7 last one in April. Now he's 5. Oh, Matt Savoie was 6. Now he's 7. He went down 1. But yeah,
So the way that Dobber does it is his projections like this is only for the next 2 years. Like he projects that these are going to be the most point producing prospects in the next 2 years. So for me, having Catton there is pretty interesting. I hope for him that he could develop into one of those top prospect players that are putting up points.
Hope for Seattle that he can be that.
I mean, it's the points. I just want to see the points, right? The problem with Seattle is that sometimes they roll 4 lines and, he doesn't get the opportunities.
Are they getting a new coach, or they haven't hired a new GM yet, have they?
Seattle?
Yeah, didn't they fire Ron Francis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they have an interim, to be honest with you.
No, right now they haven't hired anybody.
Vince, anyone stand out to you?
Ryan Leonard for the Capitals. I mean, he had a okay first season with Washington, but that he's that high, it surprises me. I mean, I think other players that are
Is Ovechkin going to be back?
yeah, for
I
sure.
think that's the $1 million question, right? Because if Ovi is gone, and nobody wants Ovi to be gone, but if Ovi's gone, it opens up a top 6 spot. It opens up a top power play spot. It's people that are going to be getting chances. Who's going to win that opportunity? Is it one of the Protas brothers? Is it, is it going to be Leonard? I mean,
Ilya Protas is actually on this list, but he's
is Cole
18. He's 18.
Is Cole Hudson going to be the top power play guy? No, I think it's Chikrin. But maybe both of
they
them.
could both be. They could
Maybe
both
both
be
of
because
them.
Carlson and Chikrin did coexist on power play 1 at one point. So
Ryan Leonard 45 points in 75 games with no power play 1 time and stuff like that. So
well, look, I know we spoke about San Jose, take best player available and then maybe trade one of your other guys. They've got Misa at 2 and Chernyshov at 14. So, they've got high quality forwards here that they can play with to go get that defenseman maybe if they really wanted to and take best player available.
Or they just
in
draft a
Stanford.
defenseman.
Or they go, if equal value, maybe they
so
just draft.
intriguing.
But yeah, I think Savoie kind of surprised me because it might be a bit of recency bias.
Of course it is. That's the whole
sure.
point of these lists.
course.
And anyways, but I thought it was interesting. Guys, if you want, it's Dobber's top 200 fantasy prospect forwards for May 2026. You can find that at dobberhockey.com. Always a treat to deal with their info. Next, quickly again, Toronto Maple Leafs. They are expected to hire Minnesota Wild Director of Amateur Scouting Judd Brackett as assistant GM to John Chayka. We know how important drafting is. Toronto hasn't really done much of it because they've always have to draft like late in the round. But I think this is a huge get for them. Nick, what do you think?
I think it goes to show how important drafting is in the NHL and how important drafting is in dynasty fantasy hockey as well. Because if you take a look at some of the best teams in our leagues, it's teams that know how to draft and they know how to draft well. So, and they keep their prospects.
Yeah.
Right? Or they're using them as trade chips for the longest time. But for Toronto, I think this is a smart get. I mean, if you're going to go out there and draft and try to develop some players finally and not trade them away, I think you're going to be good. I hope they don't trade Nyes. I hope they don't trade Cowan. Those are internal drafted players, right? But they haven't drafted any defensemen in the longest time. Danford didn't seem to yet.
Yeah, he's not going to be someone that we look at, especially from a fantasy perspective, and say, "Wow, this
I was
is the guy
thinking
we
of him
want."
as a number 4, maybe, but
he
even
could
when
be
he got drafted,
one of those all-around guys, a shutdown guy, is hard to play against.
Toronto right now is everyone up. Every new hire right now has been saying the right things in Toronto. Yes, we're still listening on the number 1 pick. We're not going to hang up. It is our job to listen and see what people have to offer. Like, they're all saying the right things. We're going to go more into analytics. They just hired someone who was in analytics and a good scout. So they're saying the good things. Now, the problem is this just a smoke screen, or are they going to fulfill what they're saying and, not be like a politician, say, this is what we want, and go the opposite way after. So it'll be interesting, but
I think this is huge. I was trying to figure out, does this kind of indicate where they plan on moving forward as an organization in terms of like, maybe are they going to offload all these guys and maybe start some kind of a quick rebuild or not? But I think it's too soon to tell. But no, good on them. I think this was the huge get because Minnesota has been one of the best teams in terms of drafting in the league. All right, so it's not an odd man rush hosted by Junior without some TMZ news. So we're going to end it with this bombshell by Marc-Olivier Baudouin, who he's basically a reporter in Montreal who with BPM Sports, who has some insights. He's not a nobody, but he's not obviously the most popular either. Basically, today he came out to saying that he had his best source said that in the event, not that he's going to leave, but in the event that Connor McDavid would leave, Montreal is on his extreme short list of destinations that he would like to go, the other team being the New York Rangers. He got this confirmed by a second source, and he also did go ahead and say this is going to be shut down by all kinds of people, but I'm standing by what my sources told me because I've relied on them before, and they were right. So, personally, what I take out of this is, wow, Montreal's on a superstar shortlist. Forget McDavid, whether he's coming or not. I'm not going to believe that until the day it comes out that he's actually leaving. But the fact that Montreal made the shortlist supposedly of a superstar like this, I think goes a long way because nobody for a long time wanted to play here in Montreal and deal with this pressure.
I already bought my 97 jersey.
So one realistic, what do you make of this? Like,
it's just news. It's just news. It's not. At the end of the day, McDavid will choose where he goes. There's no question about it. Montreal's there. That's nice. Montreal's there, but there's going to be more than just Montreal and New York. His list is going to be about 5 teams probably that he would want to go to. Is it nice that people are talking about Montreal and coming to Montreal, like you said, when people were avoiding the city? Yeah, but it also helps that we have a young, up-and-coming team that's competing and a likable coach, right?
I think the coach plays a big role too.
Yeah, huge. I think so.
But the winning plays a big role too. So when you're this young and you win, you're going to attract some people that want to win. Winners attract winners. I mean, it makes total sense. And when you have news of a word going around the league that the coach is actually like a fun guy to be around, and he's going to push you but not break you type coach. He's going to try to get the best out of you and do the best that he can. He's a Hall of Famer. You know, that's pretty good company to be around. Like, do you want to go be coached by a Tortorella or you want to go be coached by an MLS? Maybe that's going to be the difference in some negotiation somewhere. I don't know.
I think it's the culture. I think they've built this culture that really attracts a good vibe. And I think the difference between guys like Torts and who most players love, but only for a certain amount of time, right? It expires. But the difference between coaches like him, Cassidy, and a new wave coach like MSL is that MSL will teach you. He won't tell you what to do. He'll teach you. And I think that's what the players appreciate the most from him. But yeah, kudos to Montreal. They're building something nice, and things like this are now coming up, which they never came up before, unless it was to raise the price of free agent signings for
other teams.
The contracts for other teams. Yeah.
I feel like that's what the Raiders are good for in the NFL every year.
All right, that does it for a quick episode segment of the Odd Man Rush. We're going to move on to a fantasy lens, that segment that Nick will take us through. Shall we do that?
Sure.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, has a new customer offer. When the ice gets coldest, the best players in the world show you exactly who they are. Playoff warriors turn it up round by round, and DraftKings turns it up with them for the first round all the way to the Stanley Cup final. Better player props, bet live. From the opening faceoff to the final horn, every moment matters. New DraftKings customers bet just $5 and you'll get $100 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN so you're ready for the moment. That's code THPN. THPN. Turn your $5 into $100 in bonus bets instantly. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states, void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So,
I don't know, choose one.
thumbs up, thumbs down, and whatever. That's what we're going to call it.
I like it.
Okay.
Of what?
Thumbs
of what?
up, thumbs
So
down,
this
and
is a quick post-mortem of the teams that have been eliminated from the playoffs. And we're going to start with the worst teams to the better teams or more recent teams that got eliminated. Okay. And then I'll go from there. So I'm going to start with the wild card 2 spots first. They both got eliminated in round 1. I'm going to do one East, one West, just to keep us fresh between the two, okay? So the worst team in the league is the Ottawa Senators. The worst teams in the playoffs is the Ottawa Senators. Let's get that right before I get radioed.
Are you sure it wasn't LA?
Well, they're both wild card 2s.
Oh, okay.
So whatever. The Ottawa Senators got knocked out of Carolina in 4. Knocked out by Carolina in 4, sorry. Give me the thumbs up of Ottawa's season. Very quickly. We're going to do less than 5 minutes each team here.
Oh, okay. Thumbs up. I'll give you 2 players.
Okay, why don't you do the thumbs up, thumbs down, and the whatever.
So thumbs up, I'll give Cousins and Jake Sanderson. I think the Cousins trade benefited Ottawa. And
I agree.
Sanderson, I think, implemented himself as a top 10 defenseman, offensive defenseman in this league, and defensive, but as top 10 defenseman. Thumbs down, Brady Tkachuk's off here. Was expecting more from Brady Tkachuk, and the whole surroundings around him and what's going on. Is he going to get traded, not traded, stuff like that, and the whatever is their goaltending. I mean,
All right. He signed for $8 million for the next few years.
Yeah, it's not something you can buy out. They need to shake him and see, and hopefully he comes back from the All-American that used to play at Boston.
All right. Junior.
Thumbs up. The outlook of their decor. So Jake Sanderson is elite. Thomas Chabot in a reduced role is going to be elite at his role. And Carter Yakimchuk coming up to help Sanderson, I think, is going to be a great blend for that. My thumbs down would be to their goaltending this season. Their goaltending really failed them and is why they probably ended in wild card 2, even though Allmark was much better in the playoffs. And my whatever is Kachuk. Like, whatever at this point. You're staying, you're going. I don't find him as a great leader. I don't find he's a great leader. So I think they can benefit from him leaving and getting assets now before losing him for free.
All right, LA Kings.
Oh, Junior can go first.
They were eliminated in 4 by Colorado. What do we think about the LA Kings?
Okay. So, thumbs up, Anze Kopitar. Great career, retirement. Done, but phenomenal career. Hall of Famer. Their youth is coming in. Byfield will get the upper role next year. Between Panarin and Kempe, I think that those are thumbs up for the LA Kings. Thumbs down. They still haven't found a replacement for Drew Doughty. As much
He's still playing.
Yeah, but he's not producing at what a number one defenseman is supposed to. I know they wanted Brad Clark to be that person, but it's...
I think Brad Clark on the power play could be that person.
Could, but he hasn't been. Like, it's been 2 years now that they've been trying because Doughty has been injured. So
and this guy broke all kinds of records in the juniors.
Yeah, that's why. So hopefully he could, but right now he's my thumbs down. And my whatever is their goaltending. Once again, no, but it's Kemper and Forsberg. I mean...
Yeah.
And they don't have any. They have Portfolio, I think, as their young guy, but they have nothing there.
Well, they have Carter George.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be up and coming.
So I think their goaltending is
Carter George. Did we get the first name?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it's Carter George. But yeah, their goaltending.
I should know my prospects.
That's
all I'm good at.
Their goaltending, but that's it.
Junior.
Thumbs up. Acquiring Artemi Panarin.
I thought that was a good trade.
Yeah, and I think it worked out. He did really well for them. They made the playoffs. So thumbs up for that. Thumbs down, I'm going to give it to... there's a lot of areas to give it to here. Just to be different, I'll go their decor. There's not much there right now. There's not much there in the pipeline. Not looking great. So I'll do thumbs down to their defense and whatever is their goaltending. You know, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe bad.
All right, let's go back to the East. The wild card 1 team was Boston. They got eliminated in 6 games by the Buffalo Sabres. Vince, what is your thumb up, thumb down, and whatever?
Thumb up, Morgan Geekie had a career year. Slowed down after the Olympics, but still had a career year. Swayman coming back from an off season and showing that he's still easily a top 5 goalie in the NHL. Thumbs down, Middlestad, Lindholm. I think that was disappointing.
Yeah.
As two top 6 forwards, I think those were disappointing seasons.
Oh, I thought you meant Lindholm, the defenseman.
No, even the player. I mean,
well, he's a player too.
Yeah, no, sorry, the centerman. So I think that's a thumbs down for me, and I'm just gonna go with their defense for whatever because you named them. I mean, there's McAvoy and then Aspiro, Lindholm, Zadorov, who was like, I mean, that's not a very good decor over there.
Yeah, I think Zadorov maybe getting. If he's not, he could only be a number 5, 6, maybe 4 barely, but he's like playing out of position here. What do you think?
Thumbs up to their core. Pasternak, McAvoy, Swayman, Morgan Geekie.
They have one guy at each position.
They propelled this team to a playoffs. So credit to them. Their best players were their best players. So thumbs up to them. Thumbs down to I don't know who to choose, but he mentioned them both, so whatever. Middlestat and Elias Lindholm.
Really, you guys were down on Elias Lindholm that much?
Lindholm, 48 points in 69 games.
That's not bad. I mean,
it's not bad.
50-something, 60-point pace.
It's not bad, but they needed more from him, you know? And whatever is Zaka, because I don't know what to make of this guy. He had a really good season, pacing for 68 points, but if you look back, he wasn't so good last year. It's weird. He's just a weird guy to gauge, and I don't understand what to do in terms of a fantasy perspective. So yeah, that's where I stand.
All right. Utah Mammoth. I'll start with you this time, Junior. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and whatever.
All right. So thumbs up's going to be their youth. Everyone was good. Keller, Genther, Cooley. You know, they their youth kind
a lot of similarities to the Montreal Canadiens in the West.
Yeah, there's great things ahead. There's some young guys that can still make this team, like a Simashev, Teja Gilna next year. So their youth, their amateur scouting has been really, really good. So thumbs up to them. Thumbs down would have to be, oh my God, I just had it, JJ Peterka. I was expecting way more from JJ Peterka. Look, it's his first time on a new team. We'll see how it goes next year, but 47 points in 82 games for JJ Peterka on what we thought was going to be a more offensive team, like a better, more opportunity for him. So thumbs down to JJ Peterka for that. And my whatever is going to go to Sean Durzi. 27 points in 60 games. He was injured yet again. Can't play a full season. When he plays, he'll have like a 3-game spurt where he gets points and then 3 weeks without a point. So my whatever is Sean Durzi.
I should have mentioned that they got eliminated to Vegas in 6.
Thumbs up to Vajmelka.
Vejmelka, yeah.
And signing Schmaltz for Utah. I mean, I think Schmaltz could easily been one of the most touted UFAs if he would have gone on the market this year. Thumbs down is, to me, still they're that number. You can say number 1 or number 2 sentiment that they're missing right now. Schmaltz is there, but I think they'd rather have him on the wing.
You don't believe in Cooley as a number 1?
I believe Cooley could play a 1B, but like right now they have Hayton as their second line center.
Yeah.
So I mean
they have holes they're missing.
Yeah, that's their thumbs down, and my whatever is just this team is gonna sign a big player or trade for a big player this season. The owner is all in on this team, so my whatever is, let's see what this owner could do.
All right, let's move back to the East. I'll go with Junior again. The Pittsburgh Penguins in the Battle of Pennsylvania, one of the most watched series, by the way, in round 1. Pittsburgh lost to Philadelphia in 6 games. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and whatever.
I think there's a lot of thumbs up available here, but let's go with thumbs up to Erik Karlsson, who kind of showed the offensive side of his game that was maybe lacking the last year or two. I think he came back with a vengeance, 66 points in 75 games played. So from a fantasy perspective, that's huge. Even at $11.5 million, it's almost justified. My thumbs down would go to Ville Koivunen. I thought he would have been a staple on this team this year, and he couldn't quite crack the lineup, got sent back down. He had a really good AHL season, but I wish he would have really made himself a staple on that top 6. So my thumbs down goes to Ville Koivunen. And my whatever is going to be Anthony Manta. I am nor here nor there in terms of what he did. To me, it's a guy on a contract year who had one of his better seasons, if not his best season, and is probably going to get paid and underachieve.
Thumbs up, coaching staff and supporting staff. I think everybody at the beginning of the season was talking about this team of where's Crosby going to go because they're going to be at the bottom of the standings and where they're going to do a Malkin, and they made a playoff spot. So I think thumbs up to the coaching staff and Dubas for doing a great job over there. Thumbs down, I'd go with the same thing as Junior. I mean, it's a player that we were all talking about. We all spoke highly of. Had numbers in DHL, but couldn't break the lineup even on a broken lineup like they had. And the whatever is Chinnikov. I mean, he was nowhere to be seen, and then all of a sudden gets traded to Pittsburgh and starts producing again. So
I would think that would be a thumbs up for Pittsburgh.
yeah, but is it going to be it thumbs up to GM who picked him up, but Chinnikov itself, it's whatever.
You're not trusting it for next year.
No, I don't think so. There's no. You would trust that? For
I think it's risky.
In cap leagues, it depends what he signs for.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would. I'm surprised none of you mentioned Ben Kindle.
that was good. That was one of my thumbs up.
Yeah. But then again, he did have a tale of two seasons, right? He hit that rookie wall,
Yeah.
so you kind of saw it. But again, 18 years old to be playing as a center in the NHL is unheard of.
I just thought it wasn't enough to qualify for the thumbs up, but still left a mark, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's move on to the Western side. And I'm going to go with the other team.
You have two monsters
these two
there.
monsters here in the West. Let's go with Edmonton.
Oh, damn.
Edmonton
Oilers.
the Edmonton Oilers lost to the Anaheim Mighty Ducks in 6 in round 1. Give me your thumbs up, thumbs down, and whatever.
Thumbs up. I mean, Dobber had him high in Savoie. Took his chance. Produced at the end. Made shown that he could be a top six forward.
That's a good thumbs
So
up, yeah.
I think that's. I think he's someone to watch for next year. Thumbs down, and I mean, even Bouchard, the season he had. I mean, to not be nominated for Norris is just crazy with the season he had. I mean, thumbs down is just goaltending. Tristan Jarry, they got rid of Stewart, brought in Tristan Jarry. Then they went to sign Connor Ingram, and it kind of nothing worked.
That's the low-hanging fruit that you took there. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, and then the whatever is just their GM. I have no idea what he's doing. like, I have no idea. Like, no one knows how if you look at this lineup.
I could have said the same thing about the LA, but that Panarin trade kind
Yeah.
of made LA better.
But like, how you looking at this lineup? How are you gonna satisfy McDavid in the next 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, you're hoping for growth, right?
If you listen to the fan base, they think they can acquire all kinds of players.
Oh yeah. Like,
They can get Kyrou and so on.
So
but,
the fan base is your what's up, or
no. So my
Cairo for Darnell Nurse or something like that. Like,
oh
come
yes, I saw that one. That
come
was
on.
funny.
my thumbs up is Evan Bouchard. Despite all the detractors, 95 points in 82 games, career best. That's more than enough to prove that he's good. Okay, I get it. He has those head scratching plays here and there, but not a lot of players can say they got 90. Not a lot of defensemen can say they scored 95 points in 82 games. So my thumbs up goes to Evan Bouchard. My similar to Vince, my thumbs down is the management. I think they failed this team. They failed this core, and the whatever is the goaltending. Every year we have the same conversation. Just redundant at this point. I'm fed up of talking about it. Their goaltending sucks. Their management sucks. It is what it is.
All right,
buy your Montreal jerseys, 97, McDavid. Oh, sorry, no, we're not there yet.
Tampa Bay Lightning lost to the Montreal Canadiens in 7 games, in several overtimes as well. What do we think about the Tampa Bay Lightning's season? Thumbs up, thumbs down, and whatever.
Thumbs up. I mean, same guy. Vasilevsky, Kucherov. Especially Vasilevsky having the season he had.
Bounce back season.
That we all expected, but still, with an injury like he had, I think those are the thumbs up. Thumbs down is Braden Point. I think he was a disappointment for Tampa Bay this year. I think he had an off season. Hopefully, he can get it back on track. Next year, thumbs up. Also, Radish, obviously, with the season he had, and the whatever is their supporting cast. Usually Tampa with the third and fourth lines are the ones that come out and play sometimes when their top guns are not going. But this year, I mean, the Kyrgyzstan, Gord, Paul, Bjorkstrand, James, Goncalves had an okay season, but I feel their bottom six was very just whatever this year.
I mean, the obvious one is Darren Radish, but to be a little bit different from Vince because he named a few, I'm going to say one of the quietest 88-point seasons, Jake Gensel, 38 goals, 50 assists. You know, we talk a lot about Radish this year, Kucherov, right? Hagel. But Gensel, I think he kind of like falls under the radar a bit for some strange reason, but he still got 88 points in 81 games. So give me a thumbs up to Jake Gensel. Thumbs down, Oliver Bjorkstrand. I think, especially having paid what they paid to acquire him and the opportunity he was given, not quite good enough. In 80 games, only 32 points. So give me thumbs down to Oliver Bjorkstrand. And whatever is going to be Nick Paul. Just not good enough. 15 points. 15 points in 51 games. Like you said, their supporting cast was just not good enough.
Yeah. All right. Here's in the Western Conference, a team that ended in 6 against the Minnesota Wild, and that is the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars are another superstar team that fell short in round 1 this year. Junior, let's start with you. Your thumbs up, thumbs down, and whatever.
Okay, so thumbs up will have to be most likely. I'm going to go thumbs up to Wyatt Johnston. The combo of Wyatt Johnston and Jason Robertson, because when Rantanen got hurt, someone had to elevate their game, and Wyatt Johnston and Jason Robertson both went off and scored 45 goals each. That's pretty remarkable. Jason Robertson, 96 points. Wyatt Johnston, 86 points. There's so many thumbs up I could have given, but I'll save some for Vince. Thumbs down, yet again, another season, another incomplete season for Rupe Hintz. He cannot play a full 82 games. And it's unfortunate because they rely on him a lot to be a top 6 center. And it shows the hole that was left when he was absent, especially in the playoffs. Maverick Bourque did okay, but he's not a Rupe Hintz. And my whatever is going to be Thomas Harley. Not quite sure what to make of Thomas Harley and his season. Was this just a one-off, or can he bounce back to what he did last year? I don't know.
Thumbs up is, you got to go with the Wyatt Johnson and Robertson setup. Robertson, obviously, looking for a contract, so that had a lot to do with this year, his motivation to do this year. Thumbs down, I'm going to say Ottinger. I feel Ottinger, especially in playoffs, disappointed a bit with Dallas. And it's not the first. It's back-to-back years where Ottinger's been a bit weak coming into the playoffs. And the whatever, to me, it's Ropey Hintz. You can't what are you gonna do with him? If this is a player you need to, if he has any value right now, get rid of and try to see what you get, because he just can't stay healthy.
I think Heiskanen and Duchesne are honorable mentions for thumbs up too.
Oh yeah,
Heiskanen showed how he's back to being elite, and Duchesne kind of filled that void that Hintz left when he did. But
that whole defensive core is a wonderful defensive core that they have with Harley, Heiskanen, Lindell, Bichelle. It's a really good defensive core.
All right, let's move on to round 2 postmortems, because this is where we have 4 more teams that were eliminated. And you want to give a quick shout out to ANC Forum Booths, Junior, just to for our round 2
Yes, so A and C photo booths for all your photo booth needs. Weddings are around the corner. Wedding season's around the corner. You need a photo booth. You call Andrew and Cynthia at A and C photo booths on Instagram. They got the best price, the best service on the market, and you tell them Partial Breakaway sent you, and you'll get an even better price. So Andrew and Cynthia at A and C photo booth, shout out.
All right, round 2. The worst team of round 2 is what I'm going to select here, and that was the Philadelphia Flyers. They got eliminated by Carolina in 4, swept out of the building. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm going to start with Junior this time, and whatever for Philadelphia. Go.
Thumbs up. Trevor Zegras, 67 points in 81 games. I think he showed that he's an NHLer, and he's a really good one at that. Kind of went forgotten a little bit in Anaheim with all the turmoil that was going on there. So to see him be successful offensively, at least with the Flyers, was nice to see. So give me a thumbs up to Zegras. Thumbs down. Thumbs down.
It's got to be Michkov.
That was going to be my whatever.
No.
That was going to be my whatever, but it'll buy me some time. So let's go thumbs down with the Mishkov situation. So I don't want to give it to just Mishkov. I want to give it to the situation surrounding Mishkov because I think it's a bit of a mess. They can't seem to be aligned on the same thing, and nobody seems to want to meet halfway or compromise something, right? Tocchet wants his way. Mishkov kind of seems like he wants to play his style, and they can't find a medium ground. So give me a thumbs down to the Mishkov situation, not Mishkov, because I still have high hopes for him. And my whatever is going to be... Oh, that's a good one. Whatever. Is their center depth chart.
What center depth chart?
Yeah, the lack of a center depth chart. That's my whatever. Christian Dvorak, 51 points, is your best scoring leader at center. Noah Cates at 47 is close. I mean, Zegras, if you want to consider him a center, he kind of played center and wing throughout the year, and Sean Couturier, and not much to be proud of on the pipeline either, other than Luchanko, which might not even be
He
top
looks like
six.
a middle six
yeah.
kind of a guy.
So, yeah.
Thumbs up, I'll go with Martin showing that he belongs in the
Oh, that's
NHL.
a good one, yeah.
When he was called up, there was no hiccup, there was no hesitation. He proved that he belongs in the NHL and he can play big boy hockey. So that's my thumbs up. My thumbs down is this defensive core. I think that's the one thing they need to work on, especially getting a bit more offense from their defense core. I think one of their best defensemen got 37 points, and then their second one was 25 or 26.
Was their best Sanheim?
Yeah, Sanheim. So
Was their best, yeah. And then Drysdale is like their second best kind of guy?
yeah, exactly. So I like they have Ristolainen on the first pairing. So I think they need to work on that defensive core. The whatever is the situation with Briere, Tocchet, and Michkov. I think this is just a ridiculous situation that they need to get a hold on before the start of next season.
The best thing about their decor is the number of times Sealer can lift an opponent's stick and get a high sticking penalty against.
All right. Moving to the other D3 teams.
I know, he used his own stick. He lifted and is whatever. He did it a few times in the playoffs and it was just sad.
Let's go to the West, and let's go with Anaheim Mighty, still in my books, Ducks. They lost in 6 to the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Anaheim Ducks had a pretty good season. Another young team coming up, right? Like Utah, I think these guys' windows are just opening. What do we think about Anaheim Junior? Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever.
Ooh, wow, there's a lot here. Not to...
Let's go, running out of time.
All right, so thumbs up to... I don't want to do the same as I did with Utah, but I'll just pick one. I'll go with Cutter Gauthier. 41 goals in 76 games. Thumbs up to Cutter Gauthier for being an elite goal scorer and proving that he's an elite goal scorer at only 22 years old. So give me thumbs up, Cutter Gauthier. Thumbs down, Mason McTavish. 41 points in 75 games. Just not quite good enough considering his pedigree. He came into the league very young, so there's still time. Maybe a fresh start somewhere else could do him some good. We'll see. My whatever is gonna be their defensive core with all the pending free agents. What's happening there right now? Under contract is only Ian Moore and Jackson Lacombe. Chuba is unrestricted free agent. Mintyukov is an RFA. John Carlson is a UFA. Radko Gudas is a UFA. Zellweger is an RFA. So curious to see what they do out the back end there.
Thumbs up, Verbeek, for drafting Carlson, Seneca, trading for Gauthier, giving Lacombe the contract they did, and people went after him about it, and Lacombe ended up proving that he could be that $9 million player. So, thumbs up to Verbeek. Thumbs down. The thumbs down is the relationship with McDavids. This should have been solved a long time ago. Already, they didn't want to sign him when he was at RFA, so you knew they were already on bad ground. So it should have been solved before, because now I don't think they're gonna get the maximum they could have gotten before they signed him to the RFA contract. And with this team, there's no whatever, because they made the playoffs. It seems like they're getting out of their rebuild. Defensively, I'm not worried. They have some really good young defensemen that
Well, I'll give you whatever.
Tell me.
And this might be controversial, but I will say that Dostal is my whatever.
Ooh, why? Interesting.
Your Vezina nominee at Bold Take.
I mean, I was expecting a little bit more stability from him. I just felt that there was a little bit of up and down in his game, and it showed. It showed, I think, in these playoffs as well. So for what Nick's saying, 30 wins, 20 losses. That's a nice record, but goes against 3.12, save percentage 0.888. I was expecting a bit better. Yeah. I was expecting, like I said, I mean, I had predicted him as my Vezina, and he kind of disappointed me in that case, and that's why I'm a little bit whatever on him. All right, let's move on to the next two, which are very interesting teams. We're going to start with Minnesota in the West.
Oh, damn. Because I thought you were going back east.
I know, but Minnesota kind of finishes a D3 team, and Buffalo finishes a Division 1 team, so that's why and also Buffalo went 7, while Minnesota got eliminated in 5 by Colorado. So in my worse off first kind of mentality, I think Minnesota was worse off than Buffalo there.
Thanks for buying me some time. I appreciate that.
I got thumbs up for the GM going all in, getting Quinn Hughes
for nothing.
Yeah, about getting Quinn Hughes, even not knowing that he can resign him after next year, making it to the playoffs, bringing Colorado to the brink, and Quinn Hughes being a huge part of this. Thumbs down. I'm gonna say that $17 million contract to Kaprizov next year is gonna hurt them. I think that's a thumbs down, just because it's a big cap hit on a team that has no number one center. Like Hartman and McCarron and Urov is the people down the line right now. So,
and I think Hartman is the UFA or RFA this year too.
Yeah, so I think that's my thumbs down. My whatever is the situation with Wallstein and Gustafsson. They're gonna have to make a decision. They're not gonna be able to keep both, because they're gonna have to sign Wallstead. So they're gonna have to save salary on one of these goalies. So which one is going out? That's gonna be the whatever.
My thumbs up goes to Brock Faber. I had kind of wrote him off as an offensive catalyst. 51 points in 80 games. It's not too shabby. So thumbs up to Brock Faber. Thumbs down to... There's not much to do thumbs down about here. I mean, I don't want to repeat what Vince said, but I'm going to go with their depth chart down the middle, or their lack thereof, like Vince said. That's a thumbs down to me, because I think it was a big factor into to why they didn't go further in the playoffs. And my whatever is going to be the situation with Quinn Hughes. What do? You invested so much in him, not knowing if he's going to re-sign. And what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to offer him Kaprizov stupid money to maybe for a couple of years at least, because I don't see him signing 8 years at the end of the day, I forget who said it, but they were right. The reason he left Vancouver was to eventually play with his brothers.
Yeah, Kiprasov said it.
Kyprios. So
Kyprios, yeah.
at the end of the day, he's still not with his brothers, right? So what is that? It doesn't mean he's going to go to New Jersey, but so it's just whatever situation. I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm kind of fed up with the Hughes brothers. That would be my whatever, too. Okay, Buffalo. They are the D1 team for the Eastern Conference, for the Atlantic Division. They lost to Montreal in 7, lost with 9 shots against in Game 7. What do we think about Buffalo and what their trajectory is, but also what is their thumbs up, thumbs down, and whatever?
Thumbs up, finally getting out of that funk, finally having an identity, having a strong top 4 D-core, and young players that are buying into the program with the Bensons, the Doan, the Constantinius, Jack Quins. I mean, it's not to me. Buffalo's not a one trick pony. They're gonna be back next year. They're gonna be strong again next year. Their thumbs down is Alex Tuck's situation. I don't believe he's going to be. I don't believe he's a $10 million player. I believe that the playoffs Consta Helenius had and the World Championship he had might make Buffalo do the right thing and walk away from Alex Tuck. And the whatever is, they're going with 3 goaltenders. Not sure how that's going to work out because they still have 3 goaltenders in Ellis, Leon, and Luukkonen. So I don't think they'll be able to go all season with 3 goalies.
Thumbs up, Zach Benson. I think he finally put himself on the map officially this year, especially in the playoffs. That's a player that everybody wants on their team, and Buffalo's lucky enough to have him. I'm curious to see how much they pay him. My thumbs down is oh boy, I just had it, but oh yeah, sorry. My thumbs down goes to the GM at the deadline. Buffalo Sabres acquire defenseman Logan Stanley and Luke Shen from the Winnipeg Jets for forward Isaac Rosen, defenseman Jacob Bryson, and a second-round pick in 2027 NHL draft, and a conditional fourth-round pick in 2026. So they unloaded a lot of assets for 2 guys that were healthy scratches throughout most of the playoffs.
The only thing I would say is that none of those assets are really...
Yeah, I get it, but...
Who cares? Bryson's
you're
been
forcing a trade because of all the crap that happened with Parayko. They kind of felt like they had to do something, and they did something just to say they did something. Whereas you were better off maybe holding these assets and adding them in a deal somewhere else, like in the off season or whatever, you know. But so that's my thumbs down, and my whatever is their goaltending situation. I think if they're happy going into this next year with the goaltending they have, I think it's going to be a rude awakening. I think their big move should be maybe, all the stars align, go acquire a Hellebuck if he's available or something like that. So that's my whatever.
All right, we're going to move on to our semifinalists, our conference final postmortems. Brought to you by Patisserie Boulangerie Italia. Vince, you have something to mention about
No.
We do sell pies. We do sell pies. Yeah.
What kind of pies?
If you need specialty cakes, especially for confirmation, communions, weddings,
those are all
graduations, all coming up. Email sisterlySweets.mtl@gmail.com. They'll come back with you with a great price and a great product. And if you want to walk into the store, I mean, it's a brand new store. It's a year that we've renovated. And we're there.
For all the reasons you need a photo booth, you need a cake. So
Yeah.
get the double whammy.
Well done. All right, we're going to go with the Montreal Canadiens to start our semifinal postmortem. Montreal gets eliminated by Carolina in 5 games. Pretty much Montreal looked like the weaker of the 2 teams, which is also to be expected as they were the youngest team in the league. especially the youngest team in the playoffs. So, Vince, why don't you give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, and whatever. Oh, by the way, sorry, I should have mentioned, thumbs up to Buffalo's fans.
Yes.
A really fun fan base.
Yes.
In Buffalo, they deserved it to actually make it to the next round, and they're going to be competitive for a long time in my books.
Thumbs up. There's a few. With
Montreal
this
as
team.
well.
Yeah, with a few. Caulfield hitting 50 goals. Suzuki. A lot of milestones being hit this year with Montreal in season. Suzuki 100 points. Koski 30 goals. Demdov as a rookie season over 60 points. Leighton Hudson proving that he's a top 5 defenseman in the NHL. So those are my thumbs up. Thumbs down is the supporting cast. I think that they disappointed a bit. The Docs, the Bolducs. Newhook wasn't a supporting cast because at one point he was playing on the second line. But I think that's my thumbs down. Plus the Patrick Laney situation. I mean, if he was healthy, why not try him in one of these playoffs games?
Well, there was rumors that he was going to be traded.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the other
Jersey?
team just wasn't getting enough compensation
I think it was
to
New
take
Jersey.
on his contract.
Yeah. And then the whatever is whatever's happening down the middle. Montreal just realized they need to fix that problem earlier than later. The whole Suzuki and Evans, Dano, and Villano down the middle, it's not going to work.
I think Dano was the best 3C that we could have hoped for.
Yeah,
during
that
the
was
trade.
huge. That was
It was a
beautiful.
very,
yeah.
very good trade there. But yeah, I agree with you. Evans playing second C and Dak playing fourth C. I mean, that's
No, it's
Newhook should have been the second C in my books, but that didn't work either. Kapanen didn't work. He's
he
a
barely
rookie.
tried capping in the playoffs because of his young age or whatever. But you on that second line, you need someone that can play with them enough. And until you find that, they're going to be in the same situation as this year.
Thumbs up, Jacob Dobish.
Mm.
Jacob Dobish.
He's going to go early in fantasy leagues.
He's
next
going to
year.
go early in fantasy leagues. Is he due for a contract or is it after next season? So yeah, Jacob Dobish proved to be a great goaltender. 901 save percentage, 2.78 goals against average. But more importantly, in the playoffs, he was a big reason why the Canadians made it that far. Thumbs down, Kirby Dach. Kirby Dach was just not good enough all year in the playoffs. He had his moments, but not good enough. Just not good enough. And that's just someone I'm not willing to wait for anymore. We're going to have Bolduc that now I feel like is going to be the new Doc. We're going to keep waiting for him to take the next step, and hopefully he does, but hopefully he doesn't become the new Doc. And my whatever is the obsession. This is people are going to be very upset. The obsession with Arbor Jackai.
You're an idiot.
I think it's
You could have used them.
yeah. I would have put him in because at some point, when you just keep doing the same things over and over again and it doesn't work, you should just make a change, even just for the heck of making a change. Do I think it would have made a big difference? No, I think we would have still lost, still got beatings. But at the same time, he could have went to a few players and said, "Stop touching Lane Hudson because you're going to hear from him."
Oh my God, Lane Hudson was getting elbow to the head almost every play.
But to say that this guy should be in your top 4, top 6 constantly, like yes or no, these guys are all interchangeable. Like stop being so obsessed with this guy because we need a tough guy. Like
I don't think it's.
I would have
only
played
that.
him over Struble. Fine, I could agree with
would,
that.
I would play him over Struble.
But
any
neither
day
of
the
them
week.
are good enough to be there consistently and especially in the playoffs. So
They need to fix that 5-6 defense. Well, with Reinbacher, hopefully next year we'll get a shot. But they need to fix the 5-6. And Jacka is an RFA, so I have no idea what they're going to do with him either.
didn't they sign him last year, or was it only a 1-year deal?
No, he's an RFA. From what,
Wow.
so we'll see.
Nick, it's the Habs. Don't
Last
you
team?
give your thumbs up and thumbs down and whatever. I'm curious.
Well, my
too.
thumbs up is definitely. I mean, the season as a whole. I wasn't expecting them to be this good of a team this early, coming out of the rebuild. I mean, last year they barely made it to the playoffs, and it was on some incredible pushing. They were playing playoff hockey since December, I find, since after the holiday break. So This year, they started off strong, so that's my thumbs up, and they made it far, which is also my thumbs up. So that was great. My thumbs down to me is, some glaring weaknesses were pointed out. We don't have a 2C, and that's a big hole. I would say that we might not even have a left wing to play with Demidov. Like the whole second line is not good enough. Marty didn't make a lot of changes. I know a lot of people were complaining to me about that. They were saying that I wish Marty would have done more shuffling of the deck earlier and stuff like that. But, I mean, it was successful for such a long time, and you just beat Tampa and you just beat Buffalo with the lineup that you had. It's hard to really blame him for trying to stick to the same lineup a little bit longer, right? Thumbs down, Montebo. Montebo disappeared. He became a nobody. And that's really unfortunate considering how good he was the year before. So that's my major thumbs down for me. And my whatever is, I'm done with Doc. Whatever. I don't care anymore. Get rid of him. Don't get rid of him. Put him in your press box. I don't care. Same with Struble. I felt like Struble had some shot blocking maybe that would have been good. Didn't do much of it. I don't ever want to see him playing with Hudson again. he makes Hudson worse, not better.
So that's a good case of analytics not saying the full story, because as a pair, they have good numbers, underlying numbers.
Yeah.
But when you watch them, it's
Struble, and this is the problem, is that Struble is decent defensively in the sense that he has pretty decent positioning. He doesn't win all his board battles.
No.
He doesn't necessarily rough anybody up. He tries pushing people around, but he doesn't. He's not that good at it, and he has absolutely zero offense. To the sense of he does not. If the puck, and I mentioned this to you guys, kind of like tongue in cheek, every time we watch the game together, but every time Struble's in the offensive zone, and he touches the puck, it's a turnover or the play is dead. There's nothing that he gives to you. He doesn't have a good first pass. He doesn't skate well. He doesn't shoot the puck well. He does nothing offensively to help you break out of your own zone. He's just not good enough. He's an AHL player, and you guys could yell at Arbor Jackai all you want.
Nobody's yelling at Arbor.
I'm with a part of the fan base that thinks that, at least this guy gives something different. Is he good enough to be a number 6? I think he's good enough to be a number 6. I don't think he's good enough to be a number 5 or number 4, number 3, right? Like, as your last defenseman, he's good enough.
Yeah.
He and this year especially, he in the playoffs, he barely got any penalties.
No, he barely played. At one point, they had a face-off in the offensive zone. They told him if you lose the face-off, you get off. The guy, right away, you could tell he got the puck, he dumped it, and he was nervous.
Even when he was on the ice, those after the whistle scrums and stuff like that, he wasn't getting that extra penalty here and there, right?
The one thing I'll say, though, is that the refs are not kind to him. Like, he could do nothing, and he'll get a penalty.
He also scored a goal, right? It was a nice little snapshot from the point. He has a shot, the guy.
Yeah. So
he gives a little bit more. Again, I'm not saying he's a world beater. I'm not saying he's going to be the difference in the Carolina series. I'm nothing close to that. But I feel more comfortable when he's on the ice, at least that if somebody touches Lane Hudson, at least somebody's going to push back, because I was getting disgusted by watching that kid getting his the forecheck on him, and nobody was doing it.
The disappointing part about Struble is that when he was drafted, one of the characteristics that stood out the most that people say is he's nasty, he's hard to play against. Totally didn't see it.
No, he's just not.
Totally didn't see it.
You know what? I feel like he's just not a good enough skater to really implement himself in the play, where he disappears, and not in a good way. He disappears like he does nothing. He gives you nothing.
Yeah.
He's as a penalty killer, he might block a shot or two, but Carrier could do that. Let's move on to Colorado, because this is going to be a big one.
Thumbs up to the season they had. They had an incredible season, incredible beginning of the season run where I think they went 30 games with no losses, no or like it was just a ridiculous pace they were at that they couldn't sustain. Thumbs down was Natchez and Nelson's playoff performance.
Right, they did so well in the regular
Still,
season,
yeah.
and they kind of disappeared a bit in the playoffs.
Yeah. And whatever is the injuries, I think the injuries killed Colorado. I mean, when you have McCarr and McKinnon both injured, I mean, there's only so much your other team can do in the playoffs. So to me, the whatever is the injuries that they hit in the playoffs. It was just bad luck.
Thumbs up. Honorable mention to Gabe Landeskog. What he was able to do this year after everything he's gone through, I think that's amendable. It's great. So congratulations to him. And he kind of made himself fantasy relevant a bit again. But my thumbs up goes to their goaltending, Blackwood and Wedgwood, the Woodshed. They absolutely fantastic seasons. And I think with the way Blackwood played in game 4, he might be the starter next year, considering Wedgwood kind of got a lot of games in the second half there. Actually, Wedgwood got more games than Blackwood all season. So
Playoffs too.
No, playoffs too. So I'm looking at Blackwood actually getting the start next year, but we'll see how it goes. My thumbs down goes to we saw what they're like without McCarr. Their lack of depth on D. Malinsky had he could have been a candidate for thumbs up because he did have 40 points in 80 games, but it's just not, when you lose a McCarr, you really see what you have, and there's just not enough there to say we could survive without him. And then when they lost McKinnon, gosh, that was even worse. My whatever, Nazem Kadri. Didn't feel like he had enough of an impact, the impact I thought he would have had. And I'm starting...
He didn't get suspended.
He didn't get suspended, but I'm starting to be like, this is his decline. He's in his decline at 35, almost 36 years old. He's not going to be that guy, even if he's with Colorado, that people think he's going to be. So that's my whatever.
I mean, I'm out on Kadri. I'm out on Wedgwood playing that many games again. I think at that age, doesn't make sense.
I remember he just started the season because Blackwood was injured. Because Blackwood came in as number 1 goalie. Blackwood was injured beginning of the season. Wedgwood...
But he started this season, Blackwood. Then he got hurt, no?
Yeah, exactly. Then Wedgwood took over, and then he went on this ridiculous run that you couldn't take him out.
And they were playing the hot hand, right? I mean, Wedgwood was the better goalie. Let's be honest.
It'll be interesting to see with Nabokov now, because he's making his way next year. He's going to go AHL, or like, what are they going to do?
I think that he's going to probably go AHL.
I think he's going to go AHL
until Wedgwood retires.
Oh no, until they have to sign McCarr.
So Wedgwood, 1 year left, 2.5. Blackwood's there for another 4.
Yeah, Blackwood's going to be... That's where the money is, so if you're putting stock in that...
There it is.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Make sure you watch the Vegas Golden Knights against Carolina Hurricanes, because that's going to be fun.
Tuesday night
is going to be the start. This episode will be published shortly. You know where to find us, Junior.
We have a few more weeks till the live draft.
26th of June, I believe, is the live draft.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, so we still have quite a while.
2 weeks.
3 weeks.
We'll have 3 more episodes before the draft.
We're going to do a mock draft at one point.
We're going to have a mock draft.
We always do a mock
maybe
draft.
2.
One mock draft or 2.0.
We're going to try to get Victor Nuno back. We don't know if that's going to be possible. He's got a busy schedule, but we're going to try.
Yeah. As our prospect guru.
We got our award ceremony still to do. We've got we still got some content
coming up.
Yeah.
Still have content, even though it's the off season for a lot of these fantasy leagues.
There's going to be a lot of prospect talk coming up, so we kind of took a break from it this week, even though we kind of brought up the top prospect forwards. But stay tuned, guys. There's always content. We're here every week.
Exactly. Oh wow, we went that long, really? Let's try it again.
We should put that on the loop.
It should be looped.
What's the best part about a waffle?
About a waffle?
Yeah. The W. The rest is awful. Have a good night, peeps.
I quit.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.